Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. What I've got here in front of me is an older STIHL 041AV Farm Boss chainsaw. Customer gave me this saw last summer. It's been in the shop here for, I'd say, over 9 months. He says it's been sitting for probably 10 to 20 years. So what I want to do here today is just see if this thing will run. If it doesn't run, I'll make it run in this video and show you how to do that. Stay tuned. So here's a close-up look. STIHL 041AV Farm Boss, not really beat up, a bit of wear and tear, very dirty. Cosmetically, I'd say it's in good condition. The bar and chain look really good, must have been replaced at some point. The bar is a Pro bar made in Germany. Look at the tip. These bars cost over $100 here in Canada. The chain's about 45 bucks. And this saw here, I think, is from the 60s, I believe, or 70s. Somebody can correct me on this. It's got a self-oiling oil pump. Your switch is here. Chokes up here. Air filters here. Carbs under here. Gas tank. Bar oil. And you do not have a real safety brake here, I think. Don't think it stops the chain. Not at all. The chain's a bit stiff because it's been sitting for a while. So what I'll do here is put some fuel and bar oil, and you never know, this thing might run just like that. Let's check the fuel line in here. Fuel line looks good. I always like to check the fuel lines on these or on old saws, because when they've been sitting, sometimes you'll feel the fuel line. If you put your finger in, you'll feel that it's broken and half of it's laying in the tank, so no gas can get to the carb. But this one feels very intact in there. And I'm going to put some pump gas mixed with oil here, premium gas. I like these old caps with the threads. My favorite caps. I always like to have a bit of bar oil in there before I start any saw, and there's actually already some in there. And I'm surprised it did not leak all over the place, because every chainsaw pretty well leaks oil. So what I'll do here before I start pulling is I will check for spark. I was going to put gas in the carb, guys, and kind of cheat a bit, but if there is spark, I want to see if I can start it without coaxing it with gas in the carb. I want to see if it's able to pump gas all by itself and get this thing going. Okay, an old Bosch plug here. Switch is on upwards. Nice spark. Here's a close look, guys. Very nice blue spark. Very good. Now I have a feeling that this saw might just start up and run perfectly. It's just the hunch that I have. I'll just check the air filter area here before I get going. Look at these air filters. This is what they had in the old days. I'm just going to air blow this a bit here. Okay, so I'll be familiar with the choke. Choke on when it's pushed back. Open like this. Open means that the choke is off, guys. I know it gets confusing sometimes. People ask, you know, they say the choke is open. Does that mean it's on or it's off? When it's open, it's off. When it's closed, it's on. Okay, here we go. Always better on the floor with these big old beasts. Wow. Man, we're already getting something. Wow, guys, I'm shocked. I did not think that it would start up like on 3 pulls, guys. That's unreal. I thought, man, I'm gonna have to, you know, do a carb kit, do all kinds of stuff to it. I was even worried at the beginning that there would not be any spark. Now, when it was running here and I had it wide open, I did notice it's running a bit rich. And the way I'm going to cure that is by turning in the high-speed screw just a bit. I'll show you where it is, and I'll show you approximately how much turned in that screw will have to be. You don't want to go too lean either, guys, because you can end up scoring your cylinder that way if you run your saws too lean or any two-stroke equipment. So I don't work on these too often. I don't really take them in for repairs because I often lose my shirt. Sometimes they need way more work than today. Now, if you flip the saw over, you can see the carburetor right in there and the 2 adjusting screws. This one right here with my thumb on, this is the idle screw. That does not affect your air fuel mixture to the carburetor. It's just a mechanical screw to set the idle speed. Okay, so the 2 adjusting screws are below that. You can see them down there. And on this saw here, the high speed is the one on top. So I will turn it in when it's running approximately 1/4 to 1/2 a turn like that. And that should make it rev just the way it should. You probably will hear it in the video, hopefully. So let's start this up again. And it's good to adjust your saw with the air filter on, which are normal operating conditions, you know, with the air filter, with the bar and chain, etc. when it's warm. This saw here is just like an old muscle car. It's just got such a lovely sound to it. Now the gas cap leaked a bit when I had it on its side, typical of these older saws. And the bar is oiling quite good here. Chain is well oiled. And that's what I was doing here, is making marks to show that it's oiling properly. All right, let's take this outside, guys. I've got a few logs. I'll slice up a few cookies on them. Wow, guys, this saw's amazing. No issues. I just cannot believe it. I was pretty well ready here today to do a carb kit, maybe check the points if it still has points. I'm not sure if they have points or not, these ones, but I was ready to do all that. I was ready to do fuel lines, like the whole works here. Now the thing is, when you get an old saw like this and it runs good today like that, after using it for a bit, you may have to do the carburetor carburetor kit, I mean, shortly after, because the diaphragms sometimes might work for a bit and then you're going to have to do them. Also, if you get more problems, then you do the crank seals. This saw here is in good condition. Even if you had to do all that, it's worth doing. The bar and chain are like new. It can be detailed here to make it look nice and clean. Wow, what an awesome saw, man. It's just like an old muscle car, like I said. Now here's the thing, guys. I've got way too much stuff here. I have no need for this saw. I will take the best offer given to me, but I just can't really ship it. It's a bit of a pain here to ship it, especially if I got to ship it across a border. But if you live close enough to me, just email me your offer, donnyboy73@yahoo.com. I'm just going to get rid of it. I will not use it. It's just going to sit in my shop. Great saw, guys. Great saw. You can use this saw every day. It runs that good. You could do all your firewood with it. I would basically detail it all up and keep it as a good runner, or add it to your collection, guys. Thanks for watching. I do have a few other saws here in the shop that will be videos will be made on them to see if they're worth fixing. So stay tuned, guys. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.